Happy Friday. We made it through another work week. Yay. We've got just one break tonight. It is Bowman, though. We haven't broken that in a while, so glad to be getting back into a little Bowman action tonight. And as we normally do, we're going to go through some information before we actually get started ripping. So let's get rolling with that while everybody's getting in the room here and getting settled. Feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. And that, of course, is through the wonders of automation. It means no waiting. It's great. And the other thing there is to say thank you. I do appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We're going to take a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. It's pretty sparse, right? It hasn't looked that blank in a long time. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all going to be off nights, trying to get a little computer equipment switched over and all that fun stuff. And goodness knows, I want to make sure I don't hit any snags that would mess us up. So a little extra padding in there to allow for that. Then we'll come back on Tuesday night and watch Luminance or not watch, I guess. Well, you'll watch maybe if you want, but I'll be breaking Luminance football by the full case on Tuesday night. Then on Wednesday, we have a new release. We actually have a couple of new releases, but one of them I'm not sure if it will get here on time. So the one I know is going to be here on time, that is Optic Baseball, and we will break that by a full 12-box case, and it will be loose boxes from shared cases. The other one, I'll find out, I guess, Monday if it's actually going to be on time or not, so we probably won't break it until closer to the weekend. It's just these days, you never know if stuff's going to show up or not, unfortunately. So shipping, here's what you need to know about this tonight. I am anticipating it to be out the door and on the way to you approximately Wednesday. Now, as is always the case, that is plus or minus a day, so the week goes well, you might get it out the door a day sooner, the week goes off the rails a little, could go out a day later, but Wednesday right now is the target date, and constellation cards won't even come into play in here because there's like a bazillion cards in this break, so we don't have to worry about that. This is a 4-box break of Bowman Jumbo HTA. HTA actually means hometown advantage. It's Topps terminology, but it's the same thing. Some people call them jumbo, some people call them HTA, so there you go, one and the same. And that is a half case quantity. This is break number 4 of 2020 Bowman. Of course, this ended tonight on eBay, the same night we are breaking it, which is Friday night, the 17th of July. Team names are there on the left-hand side, and you will see the eBay user ID for each winning team. Each winning bidder is up in lights across from their team there. All right, so there we go. Everybody's paid up tonight, so thank you everyone for that. You know how happy that makes me. It means we don't have to beg, borrow, and steal to try to move unpaid teams. So the only thing standing between us and me ripping the plastic off is this right here. And that was me changing up the focus. Don't sweat it, though. I know the background went out of focus, but don't worry. We're going to be able to see everything all perfectly. It just keeps it from zooming in and out. So Bowman Jumbo has 3 autograph cards per box. Now we're going to find other parallels in here. We'll talk about them as we go along. And of course, as you would expect, there will be both paper base in here and chrome base. In this particular break, all the cards ship. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes I sort out paper base separately, make it a separate bidding category and that kind of stuff. But if and when that sort of thing happens, it will always tell you in the listing description right there in the middle part where it also gives you the break date and time and the quantity and all that stuff. So in the absence of it telling you something different in that area, then it means all cards ship, which they will tonight. So who's in chat tonight? Jay Allen and T-Man are both here. And Mike is here. Hi, Mike. And who else have we got in here? Well, that might be it. Just you 3 guys. But you all are chatting a lot, so I like it. You know I like to have active chat. T-Man says, looking for Major Mojo for Jay Allen, Mike, and yourself. All right, let's try and do it. Let's work on Major Mojo. I like the sound of that. So there's a lot of cards in this product. And as you might expect, we're going to go through the base and etc. Is that an SP? I can't remember if Harper's an SP in here or not. But we're going to go through the base at a pretty good little clip. So we'll talk about our inserts a little bit longer. We'll linger over them here in the first pack, and then we'll go faster in subsequent packs. So that is a Rookie of the Year favorites. We're going to find a lot of it. That entire insert series will be a refractor. They will all refract. And for some reason, my cord's all tangled up, and that hopefully fixed it, because that's just bugging me. And then we've got this insert series, another one where they are all going to refract. So it's not numbered or anything. Some of them may be, that one's not, but nonetheless, it is a refractor. That insert series is called Spanning the Globe. You probably saw that. Ditto here. This is a Bowman Scouts Top 100. If something is numbered, I will let you know. In the absence of me stating it, you can assume it is unnumbered. But of course, once again, it was and is a refractor. And then we've got, of course, our chrome cards, which are always in there in a little same kind of little spot together. And I'm in the habit of separating them out because, as I said, sometimes we don't ship paper base. We are tonight, but sometimes we don't. So you're probably going to notice as we go, I have a tendency to just automatically sort out the chrome from the paper. Don't sweat it. They do all ship. That's just kind of how I'm doing it. So it's just how it works along the way. This is the first Talent Pipeline we've seen. Again, as you can tell, refractor, the entire insert series, but unnumbered. Ditto with our anniversary cards, which I personally like a lot. That one's the Royals and Bobby Witt. And there's another Bowman Scouts. So this is kind of how it's going to roll along as we make our way through this. And see what fun awaits us. We haven't opened Bowman in a while. I don't know why. I think just, you know, the new stuff comes in and I get in the habit of listing the new stuff, and then I kind of forget about going back and getting the other stuff, and I need to, because I like Bowman. Most of you know that about me. I'm a fan of Bowman, so I don't really know how I let it sit as long as I did, but nonetheless, there you go. We have a purple parallel here. It's a nice one, Adley Rutschman. And, of course, all the purple numbered to 250. That is the Orioles, and this particular one is paper. So paper, purple to 250. Huh, how about that? Mike said that is not an SP of Harper. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was or not. We haven't opened that in a while. So, yeah. All right, so we know we don't have to worry about that then. And Mike says there's usually not any SP in here. You know what? I kind of thought there was in Jumbo. I really thought we did have a couple of SP in here, but it has been a while since I've opened it, so it sounds like I just not remembering that correctly then. So I don't know. Guess we won't have to worry about finding that then, will we? But what we do have is our first autograph hit out of box number 1, and it is headed to the Padres. And who do we have here? That is Joey Cantillo for the Padres. This is, I believe, the first we've seen of this. It's called Hidden Finds, and I've always found that odd why they don't call it Hidden Gems, but they call it Hidden Finds. And that one was the Texas Rangers, of course, also unnumbered. And that was another top 100. That one went to the St. Louis Cardinals. And there comes our little chrome. They're going to have a lot more chrome this year. I think most of you have probably, if you haven't heard me talk about it, you've heard somebody else talk about it by now. But in addition to regular Stadium Club, there's going to be a Stadium Club chrome version. There's going to be an all-chrome version of Allen and Ginter. There's going to be a chrome version of Gypsy Queen, I think. There's quite a bit that they've decided to do this year in both regular and chrome. They even put chrome in Pro Debut, but only in the jumbos. So it's only taken them, what, a decade? to realize that, hey, everybody really likes chrome. Maybe we should make some more products that way. I'm just saying. Just saying. T-Man, you're looking for some red and yellow paper autographs, you are hoping. And Mike, you said the paper autographs are only in retail. Yes, I believe that is correct. Everything in here should be a chrome parallel that we find an autograph for in the hobby. But we do still have red, so I don't know if we have yellow in here, but I would... Do we? We have yellow in... What did we just have a ton of yellow in? Wasn't this? Some Panini. Was it a Panini product? What did I just have that had a ton of yellow in it? Might have been Panini. It might have been Panini Football, actually. Can't think what it was. But I sorted a lot of yellow of something. Mike says 100% no on short prints in the chrome base or the paper base in here. Well, there you go. Alrighty. I thought we did have one or two in here, but I remembered it incorrectly, apparently. So thank you for clarifying that for us. That is the Texas Rangers. We've got the blue parallel. It's numbered to 150 with Sherten Postle or something perhaps not even remotely close to that, but that's as close as I can get. Yeah, well, we all know I don't do well with the name pronunciation, so yeah, I know. Sad but true. Sad but true. So we'll probably try to open some more Bowman before too long, now that we're back into it. What did you say there, Mike, about Topps is ridiculously greedy and we've enabled them? Yeah, I know. But you know what? It's not just Topps. It's really not. In fact, honestly, a lot of it is not Topps. There's so many layers to it. Part of the issue is they are contractually obligated with Major League Baseball to produce X number of products per year. And in addition to their contract specifying that they have to make a certain number of products per year, their contract also states that a certain number of those must be brand new products. So that's one reason you'll find Topps and Panini in particular will sometimes retire a brand, right? So like they Signature Series, for example, is one that Panini isn't producing right now. But somewhere down the road, I guarantee you, they're going to bring Signature Series back. They'll let it rest for 3 or 4 years, and then they'll bring it back as a quote-unquote new product somewhere down the road. So that's part of the problem, that we have as many releases as we have, and the way all that works is just the way the contract is written with the various leagues. The other part of the problem is the distributors. So they're still buying it from Topps at the normal price, right? And that's what we would expect. And then the distributors are selling a percentage of what they get to those of us who buy from them at the regular marked up pre-order price. So all of that is fine. Tell you the other part in a minute. First, we got a yellow paper in here. Yay, numbered to 75. That is the Red Sox and Xander Bogaerts. And there's a Rookie of the Year favorite and an anniversary. So the other part of the problem is that these distributors are holding back a ton of product. I mean a ton. So maybe they're getting in whatever it is, 100 cases that from Topps that they're supposed to be offering up in pre-sale. That's the idea, at the regular price. Number to 150, that's the St. Louis Cardinals and Montero. And that one was a chrome parallel. But in reality, what happens is instead of them offering up that 100 cases in pre-sale, they may offer 60 or 70. And they may keep 30 or 40. And they'll tell you, oh, we don't have any more. We couldn't give you any more. We're out. But magically, on the day of release, they suddenly have those other 30 or 40 cases, but they're marked up by 300, 200, 300, 400%. So it's a double-headed snake, if you will. So here is the Cubs, and this is a gold shimmer. So our first gold of the night. It is numbered 250, and we have got Brennan Davis for the Cubbies. That's our third autograph out of box number 1. And honestly, some distributors are better about that than others. There are some that hold back very little, if any. There are some that maybe, they might typically hold back 10%, and this year they've decided they're going to hold back 20 or 25. Then there are the ones who typically hold back 20 to begin with that now are holding back like 30 and 40%. So, yeah. So that's the deal. So it's just a mess. And then, of course, with all the production when it shut down for a while and we had all that stuff going on because of COVID, and Texas had all their business shut down, so nothing could be printed. And then that just made demand go up even higher and higher. And, at some point you would think it's going to get as high as it can go, but it has not yet. So, so we keep plugging along, don't we? Another shimmer. This one is for the Rays. I'm going to call that teal or aqua. I don't really know. Maybe aqua. No idea what the technical color name is, but that's what we're going with. It is Matthew Liberatore to 125 for the Tampa Bay Rays. And there you go. There's box number 1. Uno is in there. And let's see here. What else have we got? Oh, you're talking about the Mountain of Topps exclusive stuff. Oh, yeah. Well, all that stuff that Topps sells on their website, for sure. That is Topps just cutting out the middleman. That's them saying, hey, why do we want to give this to distributors if we can sell it ourselves for so much more and not have to pay, the difference? But listen, Panini's worse. Panini, who has had first off the line, which is a nice idea, and I really like it, and it's been good for several years. But this year, they decide to take all of their basketball first off the line and do it in this Dutch auction format, and stuff that normally would have been maybe $1,000, $1,500 a box. They're starting it out at $10,000 a box. I'm not even kidding. $10,000 a box. Direct from Panini. It's just absurd. I guess they just decided they didn't want all the resellers to make all the money, or I really don't know. I guess they figure if the money's there, they might as well make it. But I'm going to tell you what, at some point, somewhere along the way, all that greed is going to catch up with Topps and Panini and the distributors and all those other people somewhere along the way. Mike, you got outbid on the Rangers, you said. I'm trying to catch up on chat. I know I'm a little bit behind on there. Yeah, I didn't even look at where anything ended up. I am usually fast and furious getting the invoicing out and getting the spreadsheet done. And I generally just cut and paste it without even really absorbing what it says. I'm just cut and paste, And when I invoice, I don't even look at anything but the number of teams. I count the number of teams, plug in the combined shipping total, and keep right on trucking. So, that is the deal. Oh, so we are calling that aqua. Good. Well, I settled on the right one then, didn't I? I started out teal, had revised it to aqua, and apparently aqua is the correct terminology. I got 2 things right tonight. I'm shocked. I got pronounced a name somewhat correctly earlier, apparently, and then I got aqua called the right color. That's to 499, and it is the Padres and Mejia. Yeah, truthfully, I call the colors wrong half the time. Not wrong, you know what I mean. I can tell what one color is from another, but something that I would call teal, they would call aqua, I would call aqua, they would call teal, and that sort of thing. So, The fact that I called it Aqua and it's actually called Aqua, well, it's a bonus, isn't it? Jay Allen, you said all you want is the Hoskins Hidden Finds autograph. All right, my friend, let's see if we can't come up with that for you. Add to your massive collection of you know what? We pulled a lot of Hoskins last week, though. Or was it this week? I think it was last week. We pulled them in 2 or 3. And one night, we had 3 baseball breaks, and I pulled him, I think, out of 2 of the 3, or maybe out of all 3. To 150, that is the blue parallel. It's headed to Baltimore, and it is Adam Hall. So, yeah, we have been on a little bit of a roll with Mr. Rhys Hoskins lately. So, here's hoping we can keep that going. That would be nice if we can add something to your collection. I always feel better if it's a new one that you don't already have. When you already have it, then I feel like, oh, I still didn't do him any favors. Yeah, Mike, he's echoing kind of what I said there about Panini and those Dutch auctions. I mean, hasn't that been crazy this year? I mean, just absolutely crazy the way they've done those. This is Brandon Howlett, and it is the Red Sox. And he signed it, I guess, kind of going that way. That's odd. It's kind of a weird way to sign it, especially when there's a big white space down there. Which you would think might lead one to believe that that would be where they should sign it, but to each his own, I suppose. We've seen before in some products where a player has signed like the back of the card by accident, and then they turn around and sign the front. We pulled some stuff like that before, where it'll be signed twice, front and back. Not very often, but I've seen it once or twice. So I think these guys just get themselves on autopilot sometimes, and then there you go. So they're just kind of whipping through them and not always sorting them out to make sure they're facing the right way and all that fun stuff. Of course, a lot of them probably don't make a lot of money for their signatures, so they're just like, sign them, get them done, get my paycheck. Jay Allen says Panini's worst crime is the points and the redemptions. Well, you know what? I mean, the redemptions, that's all player-based. So they get the stuff to the players, and if the players don't get it back on time, that's when you end up with redemptions. Now, I will say that given that they do so many sports, it's probably more difficult for them to do. Whereas Topps just deals with baseball, and they'll go through and send reps out to spring training and various things and get a bunch of their stuff signed early in the season, and it's probably a little more manageable. And Panini obviously doesn't do it quite the same way, and they're also dealing with more athletes in total across more sports. And I think Panini basically just sends it out and assumes that the player's going to return it. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. I mean, Julio Jones is a perfect example of that. His rookie year was 2011. He didn't return his signed rookie cards to Panini until like 2016 or 2017. It took him 5 or 6 years before they talked him into actually signing them and returning it. I mean, it's just crazy. That guy jumped ship right there. I don't even know how somebody does that. I mean, when you've signed a contract and agreed to provide your autographs, and then you wait 5 or 6 years to sign them, I mean, it's not Panini that they hurt when they refuse to do it. It's the fans. And you kind of would think that some of these guys might figure that out and do a little better with it, but I guess they've got bigger fish to fry. I mean, I'm sure they do, but still. You said the man that sticks everyone off because he can't sign his cards in the right place. Are they all like that then? That's the first one I've seen of him. So they're all that way. Oh, yeah, that would annoy me. Well, obviously, the one we came across annoyed me. So if they were every single one that way, yeah. I guess if you get one that is signed in the right spot, it would sell at a premium, wouldn't it? To $499. That is the San Diego Padres and Grant Little. Hey, we've got a Nova that is numbered. So this is a base refractor, not autographed, obviously, but anytime we find a base refractor like that, it will be numbered to $499. Just happens to be the first one that we've seen tonight that is that way. Mike, you had a season ticket package in for the Phillies. Oh, wow. You and Jay Allen are the Phillies fans. You guys could make each other probably happy talking Philadelphia sports for a while. Ooh, I have a feeling this is going to be nice. So we have Smith for the Yankees, and it is yellow to 75. We're working down that checklist. You wanted red and yellow, right, T-Man? That's what you wanted, a red and a yellow autograph? There's a yellow one for the Yankees, but nonetheless. Now, if we can find a red auto, we'll be in very good shape. Now, it was Kanan or Kanan probably, Smith. I was hoping when I saw the Yankees, of course, we all know who I was hoping it's going to be, Dominguez, because, yeah, just go buy yourself a new car. All right, this is numbered 299. It is the Orioles and Mountcastle, Ryan Mountcastle. And that is either called Speckle or Sparkle. Panini calls it one thing and Topps calls it the other. And I think Topps is the one that calls it Speckle, aren't they? Is it Sparkle? Or it's vice versa. Anyway, you get the idea. You saw it. You know what it's all about. And what else have we got here in this last pack? Hopefully something interesting, perhaps. Yeah, well, not so much, huh? I had high hopes anyway. I guess that yellow one was all that box could give us. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. All right, halfway home, kids. 2 open, 2 to go. Oh, Mike, you have the Yankees. All right, cool. Well, then that made you very happy, I would assume. It's Kanan, so I didn't get that one right then, right? Okay, I don't guess I said Kanan. I don't really know what I said. But anyway, I'll try to remember that. So, okay, good. It was Speckle. I'm on a roll tonight, aren't I? I am on a roll tonight. I tell you what, it is hard to remember all the pattern names when Topps calls them one thing and Panini calls them something else. I tend to flip-flop those way more often than I probably should. But, gosh, I don't know. My poor little brain, it's old and tired, and it has to multitask, and sometimes it just doesn't spit out the right answer. But we got that one tonight. Speckle it is. All righty. Diamond, you want to know if we've seen any Jason Dominguez? No. The only thing I saw go by was an insert. I did see a Dominguez insert go by, I'm pretty sure. One of the spanning the globe, I believe I saw a Dominguez go by there. It was not numbered, though, and we haven't seen any autographs or numbered cards of him. So, not at this moment in time, anyway, so... But we have a little ways to go. We still have 6 more. 6 more autographs to find. Oh, no, you don't have the Yankees, Mike. I was thinking you did say it. It was you that was saying that it was a nice hit. I got you for the Yankees spot. But you don't actually have the Yankees. I follow you. Okay. Yes, it was a nice hit. Anytime you find to 75 in Bowman makes me happy. Of course, we like the lower the better, but you don't come across a ton to 75 in here with ink on them, so it was nice. The Dodgers making an appearance here with Cody Hosey, and that is Chrome Aqua numbered to 125. All right. Oh no, he says he's batting 0 with the Giants, the Braves, and the Brewers. Oh, we'll probably find some Giants at least, I would imagine. Honestly, it seems like Giants come out of most products, especially, man, Dubon. Gosh, that guy is in everything. And we opened some Absolute last night, a case of Absolute, and I believe that we hit Mauricio in a case break of it something like 5 or 6 different times. Autographs, not like, you know, half of those were relics. I'm talking straight autographs. It was insane. And there was somebody else. Who was it? Somebody else we hit last night for the Padres. Bolanos. We hit him 4 or 5 times last night, too, out of that same Absolute break. But anyway, just generically speaking, the Giants have been fairly prevalent in products this year. So I would think that maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will find you some before we get out of here tonight. That and the Oakland A's. The A's are overrunning the world. I don't know, that entire incoming class, rookie class of the A's, I guess they just, took a weekend and they all spent an entire weekend signing cards. I don't know how to explain it. There's tons of them. Numbered to 250. You know I like this kid. That is Purple Paper Evan White for the Seattle Mariners to 250. For some reason, saying purple and paper together is a bit of a tongue twister for me tonight, isn't it? Purple paper, purple paper, purple paper. Try it. It's not as easy as it sounds. And you all are like, yeah, it is. There's something wrong with you. Oh, oh boy. Back up the Brinks truck. Looky, looky, looky what we've got. Yes, indeed. For the Yankees, we've got a nice little Dominguez. It is numbered to 499. Now, Yankees team owner, I think that you are on the broadcast. I would like to put that in a one-touch case for you right now. And you may not want it in a one-touch because some people don't like chrome in a one-touch. I personally have never had any issues with it. But Diamond, tell me what you want me to do. Right now I'm just letting it sit, and I'm hoping you're still on here so that I can, if you want it in a one-touch, I can just one-touch it right now. So, Diamond, is that not yours? Is that not your team either then? Whose team is this? Who has the Yankees? Diamond, if it is not you, then if my Yankees team owner isn't on here, then okay, so it's not Diamond. And okay, so I got to assume that we're not on here. And I don't know if someone's going to want it in a one-touch or not. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in a one-touch for right now. And then the person that has the Yankees, if you don't want that to ship in a one-touch, then all you need to do is send me a message and let me know, take it out of the one-touch and put it in a top loader, and I'll do that. But for the moment, I'm going to one-touch it. So hang on a second. I mean, I've really never, ever had a problem with the Chrome card being in a one-touch, including a card that was worth close to $100,000 that we pulled a couple of years ago. Went in a one-touch, shipped in a one-touch, and graded to a perfect 10 surface grade. So I have no problem with them in there, but some people have a thing about it. So what we're going to do is one-touch it, and Yankees team owner, if you don't want it shipped in there, please send me a message and say, take it out of there. Otherwise, I feel happier that it is safer in there. All right, so the Yankees have had 2 exceedingly nice hits tonight. Particularly the Dominguez, but the yellow Canaan Smith earlier was pretty good too. So, yeah. If you're the Yankees, you've gotten your money's worth. Yeah, Mike says he doesn't ever want his Chrome cards in a one-touch. So, you know, everybody's got their own personal belief system about it. As I said, I've never had an issue with it, including that card that was worth just under $100,000, and it graded a perfect surface grade of 10, and it went out in a one-touch, stayed in a one-touch, and it was a happy little card. That is numbered to 499. It is Javi Baez and the Cubbies Aqua. So that is why it's in there for right now. And if the Yankees don't want it in there, well, we'll just take it right out and put it in something else. And it'll be fine either way. But for right now, I'm happier that it's safely in there. Since our team owner is not on the broadcast to weigh in, yeah, we're going to go on the safe side. Oh, you've seen a lot of problems with one-touch cases? Wow, yeah, I just really haven't. I mean, I guess if you tried to reuse them a bunch or something and had a bunch of gritty, grimy junk under there, maybe. But, I mean, mine are brand new, and all you do is take it out of the bag and put the card in, and I've literally never had one single issue with the Chrome card in a one-touch ever. But as you say, maybe that's just been lucky, but, you know, neither sending nor receiving have I had issues with it. So either way, we're going to leave it up to that Yankees team owner, and they can let me know what to do there. All right, so there's somebody else weighing in. Oh, they don't like one touch either. So, yeah, I know. All over the map, people, all over the map. But if you own the Yankees, you're the one who needs to make that decision. So you can let me know how you want it handled if you own the Yankees. Otherwise, for the time being, it's sitting in that case, which it certainly isn't going to hurt it to sit in there for an hour or so. Yeah, I've never really, I mean, one time I've seen a one-touch get broken in transit, but frankly, if a one-touch got broken in transit, I can guarantee you that a card in a regular top loader would have been absolutely destroyed in that scenario. As it was, you know, the one-touch mostly can keep them intact. This is Vidal Brujan or something thereabouts, and it is for the Tampa Bay Rays. And we've got a little purple coming up here, just to keep us on our toes. It is the Tigers, and it is numbered to 250. It's chrome and purple, and Daz Cameron is the player on the front of that one. Rolling into the last pack of box number 3. Yeah, right. I understand, Mike. I get it totally that you're not comfortable shipping it that way. Totally get that. And again, I understand everybody's got their own personal preference, which is why I have said for the Yankees team owner to let me know what their preference is. And otherwise, we'll just wait and see what they have to say. There is a Gavin Lux autograph for the Dodgers. That is another nice hit. We're doing pretty well tonight, guys, as far as pulling out some nice looking cards with some good ink on them. Now we just have to hope that the last box delivers us a little more fire. A little extra mojo, perhaps, here in the last box. We're going to try it anyway. All right, kids. Last box mojo it is. So yeah, you know what that means. We got to collectively focus our efforts and our energy here and see if we can't wish upon a star, if you will, and have some heat and some fire come out of the last box. We've actually already had some pretty good heat and fire, but let's hope for some more. I say we go for the greed tonight. What do you think? I believe so. I believe we are all going to be greedy and hope that we find something as good or better than we've already hit. That's my plan. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You said, oh yeah, Mike and T-Man there are both kind of lacking in their hits so far tonight, so we need to ramp it up for them. They're reminding us here that they need some mojo, so we're going to work on that. For the A's, it is Ramon Laureano to 499 Aqua Paper. Jay Allen, you had a package that got shredded, and the top loaders were between fillers, not in the one touch, I'm assuming, and they got torn in half. Ooh, that's rough. Torn in half is a hardcore situation as well. The fact of the matter is, if the post office gets your package caught in the machinery, or they somehow run over it, both of which have happened, it's going to be difficult for whatever is inside to survive, no matter how it's packaged, right? I mean, that's kind of the moral of the story. Now, you can package in ways that will prevent a lot of other damage, most types of other damage, and sometimes you can even manage to escape getting caught in the machinery if you've packed something really particularly well. But other times, it's just, there's nothing you can do. I mean, if it gets caught in there, you've got probably a 15% chance that your stuff is going to come out perfect. And you know, conversely, an 85% chance that it is not if it gets caught in the post office sorting machine. And also, the way it works is just heinous. I mean, all kinds of packages come down that belt together. This is going to make Jay Allen happy. And it will be big packages, little packages, banging into each other. It's a hot mess. So you do get one for the Phillies. It might not be exactly the guy you were looking for, but we're not sending you home empty-handed. So that's a yay, right? That's Damon Jones for the Phillies and Jay Allen. I actually spent a Christmas a few years back. I don't know, by now probably 7 or 8 years ago, maybe more. But I worked at the post office distribution center one Christmas on a temporary job to get a little extra Christmas money, spending money. And boy, did I learn a lot about what happens at the post office. And so now I understand about everything that can happen, kind of, and how it happens, and why it happens, and how it's likely to have happened. But the way stuff is handled, it is an absolute miracle that anything gets where it's going in one piece. It really is. It's a it is a crazy world in a distribution center of a post office. So I don't know. What did you say, E. Barnes? What about Dominguez? I don't know what you're saying there. If you're talking about just the inserts, yeah, I mean, I don't read off all the insert names, but yeah, there's probably, as I said earlier, I believe there has been some Dominguez inserts that went by. I think we saw one spanning the globe and maybe something else. But again, we don't, if we stop and talk about everything that went through, we'd be here all night. So usually we just talk about the numbered stuff, and then when we start at the very beginning of the night, we discuss the various types of inserts and what you can expect as far as that goes. To 150, that is the Padres, and it is a chrome blue parallel Grant Little for San Diego. So I think that's probably, E. Barnes, what you were talking about for Dominguez. So, yeah, I mean, definitely he's in here, but we're not, necessarily reading all that out as we go along, right? I mean, just for the sake of there's a lot of cards in here, and if we stop and set down the stack every time and talk about all the base cards that go by and that sort of thing, we'd be here a little bit longer than probably most of you would want to be. That is Dustin May. There's another good rookie hit for the Dodgers with your young pitcher, Dustin May. But all the cards ship in here, E. Barnes, so you do not need to worry about that. I mean, you're definitely going to get, if the card belongs to you, you are definitely going to get it, because everything in here heads out the door to the teams. And E. Barnes, do you by chance have the Yankees? Because we've been hoping that our Yankees team owner might join the broadcast or join the chat, rather. If you do have the Yankees, let me know if that is you. Because we do have a couple things we could discuss if it happens to be your team. Which it may or may not be. I don't know. I've thought 2 or 3 different times tonight that we had the Yankees team owner, and really we didn't. No, you don't have them either. Okay. Mike, you said you don't want to see the inside of the post office. You don't want to see the inside of the kitchen at the restaurant. Well, I have to tell you, it actually was kind of helpful for me, just to get an idea of the various things that can happen, do happen, and that sort of thing. So from a shipping perspective, it was helpful for me. And at that time, I was shipping mostly antiques and fragile, high-end antiques at that. So it was quite helpful for me. But yeah, I understand the sentiment. To 125, there's another nice one for the Yankees. That's a Florial, and it is an aqua chrome parallel for Estevan Florial. Jay Allen said, you were told by a postal worker if you put fragile on a package, it's like putting a target on it. Well, I wouldn't say it's quite that bad, but if you do find, it's like anything else. If you have somebody who's having a bad day, they're going to take it out on their employer sometimes. Not everybody, but some people would. And so, yeah, there's always the possibility that a worker's having a bad day and they see fragile. Bam, let's smash it. That is a Joe Ryan autograph for the Rays, and it also happens to be a refractor parallel to 499. So Tampa Bay picking one up here out of Last Box Mojo. So worked for the Phillies and worked for the Rays anyway. And actually, I'll say it worked for the Yankees too. That was a nice little parallel there for Florial, so I'm okay with that as well. Got 2 packs left we have. Chris, yes, there is a recap at the end. We will, of course, take a look through our autographed cards once again and our numbered cards. We don't look through all the inserts unless, obviously, if they're numbered, we look through them, but just the basic inserts that are unnumbered, we don't recap those, nor do we recap base chrome. But, of course, chrome refractors are numbered, so they would be recapped. So, autographs and numbered cards, recap, yes. Everything else, no. That makes sense? Okie dokie, kids. Ooh, yellow. And that is going to the Miami Marlins. It is paper numbered to 75 going to Miami. And it is Encarnacion. Gerard Encarnacion. You always want to think of Edwin, right? But nope. Because that's the first Bowman. It's Gerard Encarnacion. Very close to Kardashian, but yet not. Thankfully. Okay, so that is what we had to look at tonight. Now we need to do a little recap action here. After we recap, of course, I'll put up the spreadsheet again, which will give you your anticipated shipping date, and then we'll also take another look at what's coming up in the days ahead. Okay, so that is where we are going to be checking it out. Numbered to 75, it is the Marlins and Encarnacion. Then we have Florial out for the Yankees. That is chrome to 125. For the Padres, chrome to 150. Little, this is paper to 499. Mr. Ramon Laureano and the Oakland A's. Purple, chrome to 250. The Tigers. Aqua paper, 499. Cubbies. Purple paper, that is to 250 for the Mariners. Aqua Chrome, 125, the Dodgers. Speckle, and it is going to, what am I trying to say? It's numbered to 299, and it's going to the Baltimore Orioles. I don't know, my head went off the rails there for a minute. A base refractor numbered to 499. That one's going to Houston. Aqua paper, 499 Padres. Aqua paper, 499 Padres. This is Aqua Shimmer. It is the Tampa Bay Rays to 125 with Matthew Liberatore. To 150, that is Chrome for the Cardinals. A little yellow paper to 75 with Xander for the Red Sox. And the Orioles, that is Adley Rutschman. That's nice, to 250 paper for Baltimore. Now our autographs. We have got one for the Tampa Bay Rays. It is a refractor numbered to 499, Joe Ryan. Next out is Dustin May for the Dodgers. And then for the Philadelphia Phillies, it's Damon Jones. For the Dodgers, Gavin Lux. For the Tampa Bay Rays, we have Brujan, I believe, Vidal Brujan. Maybe not pronounced that way, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Numbered to 75, the Yankees and Canaan Smith, which may not be pronounced that way, but again, my story, and I'm sticking to it. Mr. I sign my cards in the wrong spot himself. For the Red Sox, that is Brandon Howlett. Then we have a blue parallel. It's going to Baltimore. It's numbered to 150. It is Adam Hall. It is a gold shimmer for the Cubbies, numbered 250, bringing you a little Brennan Davis, which is nice. The Rangers here coming out to 150. That is Sherton Apostle or something maybe not even remotely close to that. Cantillo and the San Diego Padres. Joey Cantillo. Now, if you're the Yankees team owner, I'm going to say this one more time before we show this. I put this in a one-touch because I don't know if you want this shipped in a one-touch or not. It's chrome. We've been through this quite extensively there in chat. Some people are fine with chrome in a one-touch. Some people are not. So it's in there for right now. If you don't want it to ship in there, you just send me a little note. I will gladly take it out, put it in a top loader, put it in, a sleeve and a top loader, and that'll be fine. But it is Jason Dominguez, and it is numbered to 499 for the Yankees. As it sits right now, it went into a very brand new top loader, never had been out of the bag until we took it out of the bag. So he's fine sitting in there for the moment. And if you don't want him in there long term, you just tell me, okay? And that's it. That's all it is. Okay, kids, so let's get our spreadsheet information back up on the screen, and we will take a look at shipping, and then we'll take a little spin through what the days ahead look like. So shipping wise, I'm hoping everything's going to be out the door on or about Wednesday. Now, as always, that is plus or minus a day. So sometimes if things go really well and the week goes well, it might get out a day early. And sometimes if the week goes off the rails a little bit, it might go out a day later. But Wednesday is the target. I believe everyone will have cards in here. There's a massive amount of cards in this break. So everybody's going to have a package coming, and we don't need to worry about consolation cards. I'm sure everyone pulled something because all the cards do ship. Once again, a reminder about that. Now, as far as what's coming up in the days ahead, it's kind of unprecedented, but yeah, I'm taking 3 days off in a row, getting some computer equipment upgraded and switched over and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so we're going to come back on Tuesday night and open some Luminance Football by the full case. And then on Wednesday night, we're going to open a new release product for Wednesday, which is Optic Baseball, also by the full case. Now, there is another product that comes out, Sterling, Top Sterling, I believe it is. Not Bowman Sterling, but Top Sterling, I think, is a Wednesday release as well. But I'm not 100% sure that mine's going to be here on time. So we'll list that later when I know for sure what in the heck's going on, rather than have to deal with the trauma of rescheduling it if it doesn't show up. So that's where we sit right now. And let me see if I've missed anything in chat here before I sign off for tonight. Oh, Mike says that was a painful break. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Mike. That is no fun at all. It is always way more fun when you get a hit. I understand that. So I understand that. Oh, he's saying I pronounce Encarnacion wrong. Yeah, well, that's, listen, I pronounce lots of names wrong. You'll get used to that, Mike, if you're around here much. I do definitely pronounce a lot of them wrong. And you're asking how you get the cards. Well, they'll just ship to you, of course. Yeah. So if you have a team that you purchased on eBay tonight, you will, when you have checked out, you would have had your shipping address on there. And, of course, that's what I'll use. And they'll ship out about approximately Wednesday. And they'll just ship right to your door. So it couldn't be any easier than that, right? And that was for, boy, I'm going to butcher your name too, and I apologize. Rithvik. I'm really sorry. I know that was wrong. I'm bad with names. I don't know what to tell you. I'm bad with them. I try, but it's bad. All right, so that is it for me tonight. I will, of course, be back on Tuesday night, a little bit longer break than normal. And in the meantime, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe and happy and healthy. And